Come down to a seat. You can kneel and sit on a block, or you can sit cross-legged. As you sit down, lengthen up through your spine, close your eyes. Bring your focus inward to your breath, in and out through the nose. Place one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. Connect with your truth. Connect to your heart space. Feel your heart breathing. Practice with no judgments or expectations. Meet yourself where you are. Bring your palms together, thumbs to your heart. Softly open your eyes. Come up to a tabletop. Stand on your hands and your knees. Place your palms right under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Look at your hands and notice the symmetry between your hands. Point your index fingers forward. Gaze a little forward on the ground. Exhale, round your back. Tuck your chin in. Press the ground away with your hands. Inhale, feel a wave up through your spine. Arch your back, point your tailbone up to the sky. Exhale and round. Tuck your chin in. Inhale, fill your lungs. Breathe into the lower lobes of your lungs. Exhale and round. Point your tailbone down. Tuck your chin into your chest. Inhale, arch your back. Open up through your chest. Exhale and round. Separate your shoulder blades. Inhale, lift your gaze. Exhale, lower down to a child's pose. Connect to the energy of the earth. Stay with your breath. Rise back up to a tabletop. Inhale, lift your gaze. Exhale, hips down and back, child's pose. Inhale, rise back up to a tabletop. Exhale, hips down and back, child's pose. Inhale, rise up. Be with the flow of your breath. Exhale, lower down. Channel the breath with the back of your throat. Inhale, rise up, tabletop. Curl your toes, downward facing dog. So as you channel the breath at the back of your throat, your breath is more audible. You can modify downward dog by bringing your knees down to the ground and extend your arms forward for extended puppy dog. If you're in your downward dog position, feet hip width apart, bend your knees a little bit, and create the measure. Wave up through the spine to plank pose. That's your measure for downward dog. And slowly push back downward dog, bend your knees. Inhale, wave up through the spine again. Gaze forward, lift up through your rib cage. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Soften your knees. Inhale, wave up through your spine, lift your gaze. Exhale it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, slowly wave up through your spine, lift your gaze, press the ground away with your hands. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up high. Slowly walk your feet all the way up to the top of the mat. Separate your feet hip width apart, grab each elbow, and you can sway a little side to side. Keep the weight forward to the front of your feet. Breathe into your back. Relax your shoulders. Switch your grip, other form in front, and sway a little side to side. Come back to center. Palms together, thumbs to the heart, round all the way up. Inhale, extend your arms up overhead, reach up to the sky, a little back bend, lift up out of your lower back. Come all the way back to center, hinge from your hips, come all the way down to a forward fold. Bring your hands to your shins and inhale, lift your chest, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift your chest, lift your gaze, walk back to plank pose. Press the ground away, focus forward. You can bring your knees down to modify and come all the way down to your belly. Uncurl your toes, curl your chest up for cobra. Shoulders down and back. Open up through your chest. Take it back to a downward facing dog. Extended puppy dog is always an option too. Hips up high, relax your head down. Set your shoulders up towards your hips. Lift up out of your wrists, lift up out of your shoulders, and externally rotate your shoulder joints. Pull your navel into your spine. Walk your feet all the way up to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back, gaze forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead, reach up to the sky. Exhale, bring your palms together, thumbs to your heart, recenter. Inhale, reach your arms up, lift your gaze, little back bend. Exhale, hinge from your hips, come all the way down. Keep your belly in to protect your back. Inhale, flat back, gaze forward. Exhale, fold, surrender forward. Inhale, flat back, gaze forward. Walk back to plank pose. You can always have your knees down to modify a plank. If your knees are lifted, the core is in strong. Shift the weight forward. Come down halfway, elbows in, chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog, hands right under the shoulders. Push your chest forward and up, shoulders down. Use your core and take it back to a downward dog. Just let your head relax down. If your head is heavy, let it hang. Keep lifting the hips. Feel the energy of your hands on the ground and your feet on the ground. As you externally rotate your shoulders, lift your arm bones up. Walk your feet all the way up to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back, gaze forward. Exhale and fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead, reach up to the sky. Palms together, thumbs to the heart. Inhale, lift your arms, lift your gaze. Exhale, hinge from your hips, come all the way down to a forward fold. Step your right foot back for a lunge, left knee right above the left ankle. Lower your right knee to the ground, bring your hands up to your left knee and sink into your hips. Think of this as a hip opener. You can keep your hands on your knee or thigh or arms up. Your arms are up, cactus your arms, bend your elbows, squeeze your shoulder blades. In on your back and spread your fingers wide. Bring your hands back down to the top of the mat, step it back to plank, exhale down chaturanga or go to your belly. Inhale to upward facing dog or cobra pose. Exhale it back, downward facing dog. Heels can lift in downward dog, soften the knees. Feel the energy moving through the body as we release blockages in the body with this practice. Walk your feet all the way up to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back, gaze forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead, reach up to the sky. Exhale, recenter, thumbs to the heart. Inhale, lift your arms, lift your gaze. Exhale, come all the way forward, hinge from your hips, forward fold. Left foot back lunge, right knee right above the right ankle. Lower your left knee down, bring your hands up to your right knee or your right thigh, sink into your hips and lift your chest and your heart. You can keep the hands there or arms up. The arms are up, cactus your arms, bend your elbows. Back bend, spread the fingers wide, ignite your fingertips. Shine your heart up to the sky. Lower your hands back down to the top of the mat. Step it back to plank pose. Exhale down chaturanga or go to your belly. Inhale to upward dog or cobra. And exhale back, downward facing dog. Focus on the form of the postures. Better to do less than do too much and lose the structure. Walk your feet all the way up to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back, gaze forward. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise up, arms up overhead, reach up to the sky. Exhale, palms together, thumbs to the heart. Separate your feet mat width apart so your feet are parallel. Lift your arms up overhead, interlace your fingers, release your index, squeeze your palms together, straighten your arms, biceps to the ears. Tuck your lower ribs in, lengthen up, and slowly bring your torso to the right without moving your hips. Focus forward. Shoulders, hips square forward, so from the side your body's in one line. Keep your arms straight, and that starts with a tight grip. Breathe in and out through the nose. Come back to center. Reach up and slowly go to the left without moving the hips. Keep your core strong. This is great for working into your thoracic spine. Focus forward. Make sure your chin is off the chest. Palms seal together. Straighten your arms more. Belly in strong. Inhale, come back up to center. And get ready for a back bend. Relax your head back, look up to your hands. If you have a neck injury, keep your head with your arms as you go back. If your neck is feeling good, let your head hang back. Gaze up, reach up, and go back. Keep lifting up out of your lower back. Bring the weight into your heels. Squeeze your palms together. Straighten your arms more. Keep reaching back. Lift up through your chest. Come all the way up. Hinge from your hips and slowly fold forward. Walk your feet back so your feet are about hip width apart. And slide the hands underneath. Stand on the tops of the hands. Externally rotate your shoulders. Bring the weight forward. Soften your knees. So good for your shoulders. So good for your wrists. You can bend your knees and breathe into this here, helping to realign your shoulders.
Oh, this is one I really
Create more
need.
space for your lungs. Release your hands to your shins. Inhale, flat back. Exhale and fold. Inhale, arms up overhead, reach up to the sky. Exhale, palms together, thumbs to the heart. Inhale, lift your arms, lift your gaze. Exhale, hinge from your hips, come all the way down to a forward fold. Inhale, flat back, lift your heart. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift your heart, lift your gaze, walk back to plank pose. Hold everything is tight, belly in, come down halfway, chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog or cobra, shoulders down and back. Exhale back, downward facing dog.
Oy, that's a cramp.
Lower your knees down to a tabletop and step your right foot up to prepare for a lunge. So right knee right above the right ankle, lift your back knee, hands to your hips, upper body up. Arms up overhead for crescent. Lift your back heel up high and push your weight forward. Reach through your fingertips, palms face each other. Lower your left knee in and down, bring your palms together up overhead. Both knees are at right angles. And exhale, round your back, nose, forehead to knee. You can touch the ground with your fingertips in front of your right toes. Inhale, lift up, interlace your fingers, release your index, and exhale, back bend. Push your left shin down in your right heel. Keep the arms straight. Keep the breath moving in and out through the nose. Come all the way up, lower your hands, and step it back to a downward dog. Press down with the tops of your palms and your knuckles. Lower your knees down, tabletop. Step your left foot up for a lunge. Gaze forward, square off your hips. Bring your hands to your hips, upper body up, arms up overhead. Reach up, lift your gaze, lift your heart up high. Lift up through the front of your pelvis. Reach up through your arms. Lower your right knee in and down, palms together overhead, both knees at 90-degree angles, and round your back, belly in, nose, forehead to knee. Inhale, lift up, interlace your fingers, release your index, squeeze your grip, straighten your arms more, and take it into a back bend. Push your back shin down for stability. Lift your heart up high. Go back, reach back. Come back up, lower your hands, and step it back, downward facing dog. Soften your knees, lift your hips. Bring your knees down to the ground. Prepare for a child's pose. You can open your knees. Extend your arms forward, and if it's comfortable for you, bring your forehead down to the ground. Slow down the breath here. Come all the way up, camel pose. Stand up on your knees. Separate your knees hip width apart, feet hip width, and you can curl your toes under. Bring your hands to your lower back, fingertips point down, squeeze your shoulder blades in, lift up through your chest, and lift your heart up high. If you have a neck injury, tuck your chin in. If your neck feels good, relax your head back. It's normal for this to feel slightly uncomfortable. We're not used to stretching our throat and our neck in this way. As you go back, you can reach for each heel, thumbs on the outside, fingers on the inside. It's fine too just to keep your hands on your lower back. Keep the hips right above your knees. Breathe in and out through the nose. Keep your mouth closed. Slowly come up, one hand up at a time to your lower back. Lower down, child's pose. Walk your arms forward. Bring your forehead down. Camel is a powerful pose to purge energy that's not serving us. Come all the way up and sit on your mat. Bring your feet together. Open your knees, your hips. Sit up tall. Avoid sinking into your lower back and slowly round your back and come forward. Breathe into your back, stretching your entire spine. Stretching the back and also stretching the hips. Come all the way up, turn around and lie on your back. Extend your legs, arms to the side. Bend your legs, place your feet on the ground and scoot your hips, your butt to the right a couple of inches. Bring your knees in and lower your knees to the left. Extend your right arm out and gaze over your right shoulder. You can hook your left hand outside your right knee. Surrender to the ground below you. Come back to center, feet on the ground, scoot your hips to the left, bring your knees in and over to the right, and gaze over your left shoulder, extend your left arm out. Slow inhale and exhale to release and surrender. Bring your legs back to center, soles of the feet together, open your hips and your knees. Place one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. Connect to your purpose and your heart space. Trust this here. Trust your heart. direction. Close your eyes. Release any extra effort in your body. Notice if there's any areas of tension. Take an inhale, guide your breath there. And exhale, let it release. Release tension out of your body with your exhale breath. Feel the space that you've created within. This big, vast, open, empty space. Be selective of what you put into this space, and if you can, keep it empty for as long as you can. Only put positive energy into the space. Bring your knees in and go to either side to a fetal position. Spin your forehead down to the ground and reconnect with your truth. Come up to a seat, sit comfortably. Sit up tall, lengthen up through your spine, relax your shoulders. Feel your chest open. Place one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. Focus inward again. Focus in with your breathing. Feel your heart breathe. Bring your palms together, thumbs to the heart. Bring your thumbs up to your third eye, right above your eyebrows. Namaste.